Indiana Pacers lead Oklahoma City 2-1. Game 4 tonight. Kevin Hall joins us, part of the Rogue Media Network. Kevin, thanks for your time. Covers Indiana sports across the board. And Kevin, before we start, I don't know if we need Emery Winter, who's an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, in our studio to hear you. He might share information with the bad guys because they need it. They need the help.
At this point, it's still anybody's series. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no question. Oklahoma City, though, was a heavy favorite. Did you always kind of have that little, whoa, wait a minute, I think people are getting ahead of themselves?
The Pacers have been an underdog every series except for the Bucks series, which they had home court in, and that was a 3-4 matchup, 4-5, something like that. So it's no surprise at all. The Pacers have been overlooked all year, and people ask if I'm surprised with some of the game winners and some of the crazy things that have happened. Yes, but no at the same time, because Haliburton and the Pacers have been doing this all season, especially after the turn of the new year. Yeah,
no, they have been.
Kevin, how much do you think there should be a little bit of concern that OKC starts to go, wait a second, it's just 2-1. They win tonight, and it's no big deal. It's 2-2. But when you were considered such a heavy favorite, when you just kind of ran roughshod over everyone and everything, and before the series even started, a lot of the general consensus was they're the heavy favorites. They're going to win this series. How much do you think they start to maybe the little seeds of doubt start to get planted, and some of the kind of grumbling starts to maybe take hold here based on the way this is going?
Yeah, here's the thing. The formula for the Pacers has been all playoffs that Haliburton gets a double-double and the Pacers get to 110. This is still anybody's series, like I said. This game 4 tonight is probably the most pivotal game. The Thunder have not lost consecutive games since before Thanksgiving last year. So it's definitely possible either way you go. Now, if the Pacers win tonight, that I don't want to say nail in the coffin, but it's pretty close. It's kind of sizing up the nail in the coffin there.
Yeah, 3-1 in the NBA Finals. I don't have all the trends in front of me, but it's usually not very good news. It's happened. Teams have come back from that, but it's not. It's historically not something that anyone wants to be a part of. So why are they up? You mentioned Haliburton, you mentioned 110, but they have other guys that are obviously very, very good. Maybe in some cases not household names, but that's how you become household names.
When you view the glass half full, the little things become magical. Like kicking back and sharing laughs, spread good vibes, and they'll come back. Celebrate what you love with what you wear, even if what you love is kind of weird. Life is good in super soft tees that spark smiles and connectivity. 10% of profits go to help kids heal. So choose optimism and make the magic real. Visit lifeisgood.com.
Right. You look at this Pacers team, it is a team. I say the Thunder can keep the MVP. The Pacers can be the MV team and play top to bottom roster. Just look at what happened last night or last game 2 nights ago with TJ McConnell and Benedict Mathurin coming off the bench. Those two together did something. Well, TJ did something that's never been done in the finals before with 10 points, 5 points, or 5 assists and 5 steals off the bench in a finals game. And Mathurin did something that hasn't been done since 2011 with Jason Terry, with scoring 27 off the bench. Incidentally, that team was the Mavericks, and that coach was
Rick Carlisle.
You got it.
Yep.
Yeah, Rick Carlisle's pretty damn good, isn't he, Kevin?
To me, I heard it said earlier today that if the Pacers win, whoever gets the MVP trophy should just hand it to Rick Carlisle. He has been coaching circles around his coaching opponent all series, all playoffs. He is, I think this is true. If he wins this series, he will be one of 4 coaches to win championships with two different franchises or multiple different franchises. So that puts him in automatically elite company with guys like Phil Jackson and Pat Riley.
You know, he is known as a grinder. He was a tough nails, elbows, and whatever else as a player in the NBA. He can wear on a team. He did it eventually with the Mavericks, won the NBA championship, but it was time. When it was ready to move on, they were ready to move on. What has been the overall, the way this young team for Indiana has accepted his old school style?
I think the key is Haliburton. He got brought in. He wasn't wanted in Sacramento. The Pacers saw something in him that they wanted, and literally the offense runs as he runs. And so if he has an off game, that's why you see the decline in the team, because it's not just, the superstar conversation around Haliburton is terribly thick right now. And it's completely unfair because he distributes the basketball. He runs the offense. And to say that you have to score to be a superstar is just not true. And I think it's really changing in the NBA. That's why I've said since the beginning of this series, if you like basketball, just basketball for its purest form, this is the NBA Finals to bring you back to the NBA, because it's two teams that are deep in the roster that like to share the ball. Both play good, fast offense, but both play solid defense as well.
I think I know the answer to this, Kevin, but if the Pacers win the world title, are you going to care at all about TV ratings?
I saw your poll at the beginning of the show. I saw this from Adam Silver. Adam Silver said that if you had a Super Bowl that had the Packers and the Steelers, would anyone care about the small market team? Absolutely not. You have in this finals the two best teams since January, since the turn of the calendar in the NBA Finals. You should want the top teams and the top offense and defense, all of everything that you want that is the best on display. Who cares about the stars? Like I said, NBA is changing. It is less about a star or the big three. It is more about depth and team play, which is great. It's great for basketball.
They have a lot of different parts. Obviously, Haliburton gets a lot of the attention. Siakam, excuse me. You mentioned Mathurin, what he did. And then you throw in Miles Turner, et cetera. They seem to be, if one guy's down, it's like if you lose, well, some animals, when they lose part of their a joint or whatever, it seems like they grow it back. Do you feel like that's kind of a good way to explain them?
Yeah, I've said for, since several series ago, who do you want to stop? Be my guest. Take a stop on someone, because someone else will come up big. It happened to be Mathurin in Game 4. Obi Toppin always seems to come up big in the fourth quarter or in overtime. And then let's not forget, in Game 6, Thomas Bryant, who played his college basketball at Indiana University, won a championship with the Denver Nuggets 2 years ago, got picked up midseason by the team, got benched in the next series because he just didn't have the defensive chops to deal with their big men, came in, scored 3 straight three-pointers in the fourth quarter to kind of help put the game away in Game 6 against the Knicks. You never know where it's going to come from. For the Thunder, it's SGA, and it kind of runs through him. And I don't know if you've noticed, but his point totals have progressively gone down each game of this series.
What would a title mean? The Pacers, and because of when I grew up in the 60s and 70s, the ABA was there. I mean, some great names. George McGinnis played at Indiana. Rick
Austin
Mount
Robinson
played at Indiana. Yeah, right, exactly. So I remember those days, and then they had the merger. But they haven't won an NBA title. What would it mean to do that besides the obvious?
Well, I referenced this. They made a movie about basketball, and it was called Hoosiers. They didn't call it anything else because and then Rick Carlisle said it best in the Eastern Conference Final Trophy celebration. In 49 other states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana. It's different. It's just different. And so to bring home a title of basketball to what I consider, it's not the birthplace of basketball, for sure. But it is where basketball grew up and lives. It would be something amazingly special for all Hoosiers anywhere.
It'd be like it's like injecting it into their veins when they're born, right?
Right. It's like it's hard to separate a Hoosier from basketball. It's just, I mean, you go, what was it? 2021, the March Madness was all held at gyms across Indiana because they needed to do that, and they could easily do that. You have high school gyms that rival college gyms in the state of Indiana, and it's just amazing.
I would think that the analogy you just, or the, what not analogy, the fact is that what basketball arenas look like in some cases in Indiana are what people when they have not seen football stadiums in high school in the state of Texas.
Very true. Very true. And it's not just the size. You think of Cameron Indoor Arena. It's not huge, but
no,
the energy, the fact that you're right there, the setup of it, the fact that it's just not just hardwood on the floor, but it's hardwood all over the gym, and the thing outside is made of cinder block. I've been to the gym in French Lick, Indiana, where Larry Bird played his college basketball. I've been to these gyms where the Zeller boys played in Washington, and that gym holds 10,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
At a high school gym in a small town where the capacity of that gym outnumbers the number of people in the town.
I went to Indianapolis, been there for a Super Bowl, but also was there the year Baylor won the national title. And I was there for, I think, almost 3 weeks because it was COVID.
Yeah, that was it. That was 21. Yep.
Yeah, 21. And I got to tell you, and I went to some of the stadiums where they play Butler, et cetera. Oh. And it is absolutely not a throwback by any means because of the movie or Hoosiers. It is just such a basketball type place. Of course, they've got the NCAA with the Hall of Fame, I think, is there. The museum is there as well. But it would be awesome. And I that was one of my favorite things ever because I got to be on the road for a long, long time. Not so much that, just the history around the arenas that hosted all those games from start to finish. In Indianapolis, it was quite the story. So you're obviously a lifelong fan. Butterflies, where are you? Where's your emotion right now?
I just take it a game at a time. It's different because we do a podcast, and so I have to kind of sort of be unbiased. But it's 2-1. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because of the Thunder's record, because of what they've done in the near past. You got to take it a day at a time. The advantage here, I would say, for the Pacers with this game, specifically in Game 4, is this is the only game of the finals where you only get 1 day in between. And that, I think that favors the Pacers, who already had the Thunder tired in the fourth quarter of last game. And this is the Pacers' best shot to kind of start to put things away. If you don't do it now, all of a sudden that Game 1 to flip the series is null and void, and now you have to win 2 on the road to be able to get it done.
All right, tell everybody, all Indiana sports, but you're a part of the Rogue Media Network. You also do some other roles with Rogue, which of course is our ownership from about a month or so ago. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes, it's all Indiana sports on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts, and also produce the Zach Owen Morning Show, 8 to 10, Monday through Friday at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill there in Waco.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I'd say good luck to the Pacers, but Emory's too close to me. I could get assaulted.
Just remember, Oklahoma City isn't a real team. It's a stolen team.
Oh my God.
From Seattle. And their biggest star, Sean Kemp, is from Indiana.
There he is. He is from Indiana. You're right. Sean Kemp, who played JUCO ball slightly, or at least for a cup of coffee when he was at Trinity Valley in Athens when I was covering junior college basketball in Region 14. Kevin Hall,